Alright, so boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have my most disliked artist that I have ever done a song ranking video on. I have been keeping track of every artist I've done a song ranking video for, how many songs I liked and disliked from each person, and how many songs was in each of the 6 tiers. And after listening to 5 Roddy Ricch projects, Feed the Streets 1, Feed the Streets 2, Feed the Streets 3, and then his 2 albums, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial and Live Life Fast, he now holds the distinction for the highest percentage of songs that I didn't enjoy. Roddy Ricch has 74 songs that I listened to for this ranking. Out of that 74, I disliked 46 of them, and I only liked 28. That's 62% of his catalog that I didn't rock with. The artist that was my most disliked before Roddy Ricch came along was actually the Migos, where I disliked 56% of their music. So let me go ahead and get this out the way, because I already know the amount of Roddy Ricch fanboys that's about to be in my comments complaining is about to be ridiculous. So Roddy is not a bad artist at all. He is not garbage. He does not suck and need to retire or go on another social media hiatus, none of that. The issue with Roddy is that he has a whole bunch of just okay music. That's the issue. He has many songs that just don't move me and I don't think are that good at all. After hearing that, I'd be like, like that was cool. That's really like the flagship reaction I had to a lot of songs, is that they're just cool. If I went to a party and they was playing this song, I wouldn't leave the party. Or if I was in somebody's car and they was playing this song, I wouldn't jump out the car. Like, it's just okay songs. When people say that type of sentence, like, you know, it wasn't fire, but it wasn't as either, it was in the middle. That's how I feel about almost every song I've heard from this dude. But however, there is one song that is absolutely garbage to me. So for the whack tier, even though there's 46 songs by this man I don't like, only one of those songs flat out suck. The song that I'm about to talk about right here is the #1 worst song in Roddy Ricch's catalog to me.
I see that pussy through your pantyhose. I fuck from the back, I put my thumb in her.
Going off of my first time playing this album 3 years ago, this was my least favorite song on the album, mostly because of Lil Durk's verse. Fast forward to present day, the end of 2022, this is definitely still my least favorite song here. Durk's verse was ass, bruh, and I don't even listen to his music, so it would be very sad if his own music sounds like this. Roddy was talking about his typical getting money stuff and being a real nigga. Then Durk comes in with a whole verse about putting his finger and putting ecstasy pills in a girl's ass. And even though he had a nice little part where he changed his flow, the verse as a whole, I was like, what the hell am I listening to? Even Roddy's verse was short and unimpressive. Roddy Ricch, I Get Figures, Ben Roethlisberger, Steeler, I Don't Change Like a Caterpillar. I can tell he just threw this verse together. This whole song is bad to me, and they had the nerve to name this after a Michael Jackson reference too. The nerve. This is Roddy Ricch's worst song ever to me, and it's actually the only song he has that I think is bad. This part 1 video is about to be way longer than part 2 because we have 41 songs in the mid tier. All of these songs are just aight to me. So every single one of you diehard Roddy Ricch fans that's about to be whining because I'm not in love with him as much as you are, you might as well leave the video now. I've always found that weird when people complain that you think a song is alright or average. I want to drill it in y'all head that I don't think any of these 41 songs are garbage. If you think any of these songs are great or fire, then cool. But I just think they're okay. And if you have an issue with me saying that a song you like is just okay, then that shows how far you have Roddy's nuts down your throat.
I ain't tryna die young, so I gotta ride with one. Still 10 toes down.
Oh yeah, we are already starting off talking crazy. Songs like Die Young, Every Season, and Down Below, these were the main 3 songs I was looking forward to listening to because I know these are like the 3 biggest tracks that blew him up. But I didn't want it to be an issue like I had with Polo G when songs like Through the Storm and Pop Out, I didn't rock with them either. But outside of the line, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6 being hard as hell. I'm sorry, I really think Die Young is just a simple, I'm not trying to lose my life at a young age, people be plotting on you when you make it out the hood kind of song. I don't think there were any hard-hitting lines outside of the one I just quoted, and I don't think his singing was all that. I wish I could put this song in the Not For Me tier, and I know that throughout this tier, somebody is about to start crying, you probably not from the streets, you can't relate to what he's talking about. But I'm being for real, y'all. I honestly don't think this song was that good.
I ain't got no choice, gotta be there for my son.
I already know people gonna be on me for calling this song mid too. Like, damn, man, dude wrote a whole emotional, heartfelt song to his baby boy and you still complaining? Look, Letter to My Son, I think was kind of cliche. And we've heard many rappers make songs like, no, let me talk to you, son, tell you how much you mean to me type of stuff. So Roddy came in with his little down trip, trying to make his own version, and I thought everything he said was predictable. Oh, I'm not living for myself anymore. I'm living for my son. I got to make sure he's safe out here. I put some money away and invested some money so you can be set when you get older. Like, all the same stuff. The hardest line in this whole song is when Roddy said, I want to be here for your whole life, but I got a heaven clock. That was actually a great line. But everything else in here, I feel like some of y'all may say this is a great song simply off the topic, and I can't give you that.
Had to whip it with my wrist, nigga. Then I got it on my wrist, nigga. Yeah.
You know what? Let's go ahead and get right into it. So the Feed the Streets 1 mixtape is an extremely cliche project to me. There is not a single good song on this mixtape. However, there isn't a single bad song either. This was actually the first time in the history of my song ranking videos where every single song on a project was just alright, and there wasn't a single good or bad track. There are 17 songs on this mixtape, and I only like 3. And those 3 songs are only going to be in a decent tier. The reason I said let's go ahead and get into it is because instead of spreading them out, the next 14 songs I'm about to talk about are all 14 songs that I didn't like from Feed the Streets 1. Now, I'll always be fascinated to hear the first song from someone's first project that I listened to for this video series because I feel like that's a huge introduction to make to people, and it lets them know what type of music they gonna hear if they check you out. So this should be like one of the best songs you've ever made. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case for Fuck It Up. This song was just alright and nothing too crazy. It's not even that my expectations were that high. It's just for me, for this to be your first song on your first mixtape, and I already hear young nigga then got it out the mud. Nobody ever gave me nothing. I got it on my own. I'm just like, all right, bro, you already losing me. He does get points for his voice and melody. I'm sure that's something of his that will always be somewhat good.
Keep that double cup, hold up. They're only on my wrist, you know it's froze up.
The auto-tune is what took me out of this song for sure. And it's literally insane that I just said in the last entry that Roddy's melodies and singing is something I'm expecting to be good most of the time. Because Position is one of the times where he missed on the melody standpoint. And like I said, I mainly blame the auto-tune for that.
Them Haitians fuck with me, so they say side by say.
Side by Say and another song on this project allegedly are taken off of streaming services and they're not considered being on the project anymore. I don't know why. I don't care why. But I decided to add Side by Say and the other song that this happened to in the ranking. But what I will say is, it's a good thing he removed this song from the mixtape. This is boring as hell.
I ran it, I got to the money. Them 20s and 50, them high.
I wasn't expecting this song to have the bouncy and energetic feel that it does because it starts off with a soft piano ballad. So I thought this was going to be a touchy, emotional song. That immediately went out the window when this Go Get a KB dude started rapping. I just got SoundCloud rapper vibes from Buddy. He didn't say anything noteworthy in his verse. And for some reason, y'all will peep this if you go listen to the song for yourself. Roddy doesn't rap his verse like a normal human being. For the second half of his verse, for some reason, he drastically lowers his voice to the point where you can barely hear him. And he starts slurring his words like, I bought a phone just to crash. And all my niggas, we be high and shit. For this, yeah, the shit. And my bitch, she might crash through it. But it's okay because I'm like, crash through it. I'm sure it was on purpose because he does this right after saying the words, I'm sipping on that activist. But for me, it only works as a one-time gimmick. And every other time after that, I was like, what tip was this nigga on?
You ain't settled for him cause you know your word. Got it from the mud.
This song just has one long verse that's like 3 minutes long. And there's a little outro at the end. Like no chorus or nothing. Whenever an artist structures a song like this, you know they be thinking they spinning the hottest thing in the streets. But I'm not going to be one of the people in the streets bumping this because I didn't like this song either. This is more so a relationship song than a street song because he's crying about wanting to treat his girl like a queen, buying her Birkin bags and nice cars and all that stuff. Outside of the basic lyrics, he has a few moments where his voice and delivery are annoying. Like here.
Trying to run the check up, trying to get them bands.
Trying to run the check up, trying to get them bands. Like, ugh. The crazy part is even though this mixtape is loaded with mid songs, none of them are flat out bad. It's just a bunch of songs that don't hit because the production is too soft and boring or he just can't sing and the autotune is too much.
My jury, my jury, my jury, my jury, my jury, my jury, my jury. I hop out the lamb, she looking like damn.
Oh man, I can't even begin to explain how generic this song is. I got diamonds, I got an AP, protect, chain and watch flooded, splash, drip. This song should have featured one of the Migos, cause that's all they rap about too. Blue Shriek is basic as a mug, and if you've never listened to this song, your life will be fine.
Really thuggin', so you better keep it cool, little nigga. Grab your backpack and go to school.
Ironically, this is the title song of the mixtape, but it's not the first song on the mixtape. It's track 7. The song Feed the Streets showcases everything you're going to hear on this project, but in general, once you've heard this song, you've pretty much heard the whole mixtape. Yeah, my name is Roddy Ricch, but I remember when I was broke. It's actually sad how one-dimensional this song and this whole project is. I done came up, free my niggas that's locked up, rest in peace to all my bros that didn't make it. Like, I'm sorry, but everyone listening to this video right now, let me tell you, you are missing out on absolutely nothing if you never play this mixtape.
Suck on your titties and play with your nana. I work like I'm Rihanna.
What annoys me most about this song is that I made a post on my Instagram story saying that I may have to jump on the Roddy Ricch hate train because I heard 5 songs of this mixtape and I disliked them all. Everyone was telling me his later project's gonna be better than Feed the Streets 1, so I was like, alright, bet. But one person specifically was like, bro, you gonna enjoy the song Poppin'. That's one of the best songs on there. That song is fire. After hearing this song, I was like, ain't no way in hell this was the song that he was hyping up. For one, it's a sex song. Like, he rapping like Tuesday on here. Outside of vivid lines like, let me pull them panties to the side, stuff like that, the times where he tried to spit bars, they was all terrible. Your pussy is locked, well, I got the key. I'ma make you whistle like a pot of tea. She said, you knock it out of my shell. She got me feeling like Obama. I know you gonna like how I suck on your titties and play with your nana. I work like I'm Rihanna. I can't lie, this song was extremely close to being a whack tier. It's not really a bad song, I just hate it more because someone had the nerve to DM me saying this song was fire. Whoever that was that DM me saying that, like, I should slap the hell out of you, bro. Cause this was easily one of the worst songs on this project.
I got the quality work for the streets like I'm DJ Drama.
Nothing to talk about here. I got that work up in the streets. I don't like being in courtrooms because I already beat a case. Niggas can't stop me. Let's just move on, bro.
No flexing, I don't matter, little nigga. I just kinda checking, I ain't got a shell, yeah.
I only like the hook, the hood rich, and it made me disappointed that the verses are just whatever. Because this Louis Duffel getting heavy because it's holding on my fatty got me feeling like yeah. On the hook goes hard as hell to me.
This that baby boy shit. This that baby boy, that baby boy shit.
This song is a loose reference to the movie Baby Boy, where Roddy raps about just being a young dude out here trying to make it because I had nothing when I was growing up. All I ate was ramen noodles. I barely had any money to catch the bus. All I'm gonna say is just go watch the movie instead of listening to this song. You'll be better off watching the movie. I will say that this song has one of my favorite hooks on the mixtape. I could be in the middle of doing anything and I would just randomly bust out, this that baby boy shit. Like, I could be playing basketball and as soon as I hit a 3-pointer, I'll be like, this that baby boy shit. This that baby boy shit. This whole song is whatever though.
So we fed the streets. I pull up sliding on these niggas, beep, beep.
I'll pull up sliding on these niggas, beep, beep.
Trying to show you how I ball, baby. I be drawing for a car, baby.
I don't even know why this song is called Uber. He doesn't say the word Uber a single time in the song. There's no reference or no type of metaphor related to the company at all. But even if it's not about the company, like the other meaning of the word Uber has nothing to do with this song. The entire song is just niggas hating on me because I got money. I'm a real one. All these other dudes out here lame. I smashed her cousin yesterday. I'ma smash her today. I'ma smash her little sister tomorrow. This song could have been titled literally anything and it still would have been a basic ass street rapper song.
My nigga just throwing a 2-piece. Hop up in that Audi, gotta get that bag today.
Horrible idea to have Free Game be the final song on this project. This track is incredibly dull and will make you just say, okay, this song was whatever after you hear it. But at the same time, as y'all have heard from me complaining for the past few minutes, none of the songs on this mixtape are even good, so it really don't matter what he chose to end it with.
City on the map, promethazine and codeine in my debit cup.
After my strong distaste for Feed the Streets 1, I wanted every song on this mixtape to be fire, and immediately the first song let me down. He came back on the same nonsense he was on the first tape. Just another track about getting money. I gotta protect Bust Down Rolly. Ain't nobody else colder than me. As soon as I listened to this song, I was like, nigga, you already starting off on the wrong foot. Like, don't do this to me again like the last mixtape. Unfortunately, he did do it again. Out of 12 songs on Feed the Streets 2, I only like 4 of them. So hearing so many people say this project is fire from beginning to end and that every single song is great, I swear, y'all give this man Roddy Ricch way more credit than what he deserves.
I know cold-hearted demons that can smell your flesh. Walk up on a pussy nigga, shoot him dead in the chest. No, you don't wanna start with me.
The next 4 songs I'm about to talk about are all songs where I believe Roddy got renegaded by the feature artist. Starting with Start With Me featuring Gunna. I was so looking forward to this song since it featured Gunna, but I had my hopes up way too high. And really quick just to throw this in there, even though I don't overall care about Gunna and listen to him, about a month ago I found this song by him called Sun Came Out, and I like that song a lot. So now every time I see Gunna's name, my expectations are way higher than they should be, because I know at the end of the day he's not really that good. I just got hyped up off of that one song. But for this track, Gunna's flow was hard as hell on Start With Me. I will say that Gunna himself snapped, but as a whole, with Roddy's performance and the flute beat in the back, I think it was just alright.
Moved to Miami and caught me a boat. Hold my fiends, don't stop doing coke.
This beat playing for a whole 80 damn seconds before you hear anyone's voice was a horrible idea. When you hear this song for the first time, you would think that you played the instrumental by mistake. The beat sounded cool, like some Gran Turismo soundtrack music, but it's ridiculous how long the beat was, and then the whole song doesn't even use that beat. It immediately transitions to a simple trap beat, which led to Roddy getting smoked by Lil Baby, by the way. Baby had a nice flow on this, I'll give him that.
Hey, twin, that's my twin, that's my twin, that's my twin. GLE, matching Benz.
As soon as I saw there was a Durkio feature on this album, I was like, just be better than Moonwalking. That's all you gotta do. That shouldn't be hard because that song was garbage. Dirk did a better job here and he smoked Roddy out his Jordans, but Roddy almost always gets renegaded on his own songs, like I said. You can keep Twin though.
I'm rocking furs on first. I'm probably beefing with Peter.
The first time I heard this song, I seriously forgot that Roddy Ricch was even on it. I heard Meek's voice so much on here that it seriously felt like his song. It felt like that because of the length of Meek Mill's verse. Roddy's verse is 40 seconds and Meek's is like 70 seconds. And that's not a positive thing for me. Peter, I think, was a clever idea for a song. I'm wearing all these fur coats and minks. I know the people at Peter mad as hell at me. That's a funny little flex. And Meek's balling on Ricky, Hall of Fame, 2K's wordplay was real nice. But the song as a whole, I just went, it's alright.
Roller coasting.
Hey, yo, the first verse of this song is absolutely terrible. And this is one of the worst hooks he has ever spit as well. That roller, 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 roller was such a lazy ass attempt at creating a melody. The second verse of Roller Coasting is serviceable and the beat is cool. So even though this song is in mid tier, just know that it's on the lower end of mid tier. And this is dead ass a strong contender for one of his worst songs. Like top 10 worst.
Can't trust that bitch, no way, no way, no way, no. Got a young nigga lit, I just turned 22.
This dude sounded like Bow Wow on this chorus. I ain't gonna lie to you. That second half where he's like, been busting these fits since a little boy. He sounded like Mr. 106 in Park. Now, what I said about Roller Coasting applies here too, and that this is top 10 one of his worst songs to me. No Way is a classic example of just an unnecessary song. It was a basic getting money track, and the Jamie Foxx feature at the end was very pointless. It's not even a verse. Jamie just shows up at the end and says, Roddy, man, you gotta slow it down a bit, make a song for the ladies. And then that's all he said. And then to make it worse, the track that comes up next after Jamie's voicemail, called Slow It Down, it's not even a full song. It's a 55-second R&B track, which, funny enough, is the best sounding thing on the entire album. So it's too bad that wasn't a full song.
Cash rules everything around me, dog.
This dude was trying way too hard to rap like Young Thug on here. This don't even sound like Roddy Ricch on this one. I also would like to know, y'all comment below if y'all know any. What rappers were out here copying Roddy Ricch's sound back in 2018 when this dropped? Because he has a line that goes, made my own lane, now all these niggas want to copycat off of my sound. First of all, it's insane that he said this on this song because he doesn't even sound like himself on here. He sounds like Thugger. So this is the last song where this guy needed to be saying people are copying his sound. But hey, y'all let me know who was biting him in 2018.
I can't express myself, don't know the stars. That's why I'm double cupped up, I go to Mars.
This nigga sounds like Young Thug on here too. Like, get this nigga out of here, bro. Can't Express is right after Cream, and both songs he's trying to sound like somebody else. Bruh, I got so sad. Listening to this mixtape, and this was the halfway point. I was like, bro, does this kid not have any good music? Because these first two mixtapes are skip central. And I know for some of you, him sounding like Future and Thugger may be the exact reason why y'all rock with these songs. But for me, he doesn't make up for it in other departments for me to let that slide.
Carter me please 4 G's, make him stop breathing.
I feel like this was Roddy Ricch's version of Breathe from Fabulous. The song was cool, but I just felt like it was a filler flexing song and how he's doing better than other people out here. It's less than 2 minutes long, so it really didn't offer much.
I don't need no friends. I got different hoes in different area codes.
Shout out to Ludacris and Nate Dogg, but go listen to their version of Area Codes. But instead, if you would rather hear an auto-tune Roddy Ricch rapping about basic stuff like how much money he got in diamonds and how he don't cuff hoes, then be my guest and play this song.
I was down bad, niggas turn their backs, yeah. They ain't know that.
You heard it in the snippet I just played. I was down bad, this and that, this and that. Like, that's the entire song with high-pitched singing added on to it. Nothing special about this one either.
I got it out the mud, nigga, that's just how I feel. You wasn't with a nigga when I was down.
None of these dudes were down for me when I needed them. People only started coming around when I had money. Nobody supported me when I was down. Blah, blah, blah.
I've been on top for a while. Now I chip to the moon.
Some of these background vocals make me laugh. Like in the hook after the first line of I've been on top for a while, that high pitch top for a while in the background gets me every time. And that it's ridiculous, man. But I usually don't do this. But when I was listening to Boom Boom Room specifically, I was reading the comments under the music video, and everybody was saying in the comments that this is the second best song on the album behind The Box. Some people were saying it was even better than The Box. This track is so hard. Like, he's a legend off this song alone. Like, y'all niggas be hyping up anything, bro. I swear. This song is just cool. That's it.
Roll through the mud, I can't lie. Seen too much real steppers outside there squeeze.
I try not to spoil future tiers, but I'll say it. Big Stepper from the Antisocial album is going to be in a decent tier. That's a song that, although he was flexing his money and talking about being a real nigga for the 500th time, the production, I'll give it a pass because it was unique. This song, Guy's Eyes, was more disappointing because it's right after Big Stepper on the track list. So he caught a dub with Big Stepper, and then he immediately went back to the high auto-tune, Young Thug sounded like, I got it out the mud, piano production that he has on several other songs.
Had to get a towel out the bathroom cause I seen the snot coming out of nose, yeah.
25 Million had that Western yeehaw production, but it didn't work this time. It worked on a song like Big Stepper from the Antisocial album, like I just talked about, but this one having that standoff tumbleweed feel to it, I was like, nah, it ain't hit on this one. I will give this song credit for one thing. I can see why someone would like this track because it gives Feed the Streets 1 and 2 vibes. And I know it was a long time that passed before y'all got a song that gave y'all that feel. Especially since this is the very last song on this weak-ass album. So if someone said that 25 Million, they liked it because it was vintage Roddy and it reminded them of his 2017, 2018 days, I see why they would say that. But even then, vintage Roddy still isn't that good. I had to get a towel out the bathroom because I seen the snot coming out her nose. Yeah. Y'all let this man get away with saying anything.
If he a rat, then I ain't never gonna trust him. I keep blue cheese inside the duffel.
Oh, hell no. Those, woo-hoo. He kept doing almost every line was annoying as hell. I wish I could love this song because this beat is hard and I love the part where his voice went, I was out in Miami, that's 2 hours from Orlando. Had to get Dubai money, I'm sliding out the sando. But the rest of the song was some BS and I didn't really like it.
Murder one. I think I invented this shit from the hood, but they call me Phenomenal One.
This was a throwaway song for the both of these dudes. Like, y'all know every song with Fabio gotta have some level of drill in it. If it doesn't, then he won't be present. So the beat does have that signature drill bounce, but other than that, you're missing out on nothing by not hearing this song. It was a throwaway for both of them.
Told you not my only bitch, I probably got some more options. Better keep that shit proper.
Another example of a very unnecessary song. This whole album is just filled with cliche I got money and bitches tracks. So I think I speak for a lot of people when I say if Man Made wasn't on this album, if Roddy never made this song in general, like not a single person would care.
Got a ticket in my dresser. Bitch, I came straight up out the pressure.
You know, sometimes I think Roddy should just take a break on making these same old I'm dripping in ice, my diamonds are cold rhymes. Like, don't you get tired of that stuff? Pressure is a song that I would easily remove from his latest project.
Nigga, I don't never get no rest. I don't never get no rest.
The exact same thing I just said about Pressure applies to No Rest, a generic song about money, diamonds, and girls. I'm dripping in this water like plungers. I'm cold like ice. Again, dare I say, get this nigga out of here. Did he not learn anything from Live Life Fast? For the last 3 songs on this album to be Pressure, No Rest, and Letter to My Son, this was a weak 3-track run to end this project off with.
If you ain't got haters, then you ain't doing something right. Oh, crib.
Speaking of ending projects on weak songs, here we have the final song on the Feed the Streets 2 mixtape. Listening to Day 1, I started to realize why his lyrics are so repetitive and unoriginal, and it gotta be because he's freestyling. He just goes into the studio and says whatever the first thing that comes to his mind is. Literally, the very first words on this song is, 17 years old, I'm flying on a jet, bust down, Audemars Piguet, which is a line he has in damn near every song he's ever created. So I was like, there is no way he is writing this stuff down and not notice that he spits the same lyrics on every track. Or he probably does realize and just doesn't care. Very weak closer to this project.
I seen the reap come. Live my life, I had to roll dice.
I'm about to talk about this song for a good minute, and that's because this is the most disappointing song in Roddy Ricch's entire catalog to me. I was very, very disappointed in the song Roll Dice, and that's because I don't feel like he executed on this meaning as well as he could have. The song is playing on the rolling dice, taking a chance meaning, and that Roddy is saying he could have chose to be a good person and lived an innocent non-gang life, but because he wanted a lot of money at a young age, he chose to live the street life, selling drugs and whatnot. And you know that life can be risky. You're going to end up dead or in jail if you jump off the porch. The issue is, in this song, he rarely brings that up. In total, there's like 5 songs in here where he touches on the meaning. And everything else is the same exact thing he always raps about. I stay close to all my bros. My dog's not going to snitch on me if I do something wrong. I got a fast whip I'm about to swerve in. I love to get high. It's my time to shine. I'm climbing to the top. Like, this song didn't even need the roll dice metaphor meaning because he was going to say all of this regardless. Roll Dice could have been really well crafted to be something wonderful, like some type of storytelling song, giving us examples and more specific reasons on why he chose the street life. But sadly, he didn't do any of that. The end of this song is obnoxious as hell. That little outro, so bright, no white, had a pole fight. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Do a favor for a favor. Favor for a favor.
This R&B bag doesn't really work for Roddy. Like, he got a collection of relationship songs, and when he does it, it's like, nah, this ain't your lane, my boy. Favor for a Favor doesn't have any beautiful melodies or a great hook. It's just elementary romance lines like, you round my kid, I'm round your kid, so I try not to curse. When I take you out to eat, I open your door first. It's like, bro, get back in the studio and try again.
I'm a fucking sex symbol.
She wants to lean, she want the Gucci.
I love when Ty Dolla $ign hops on tracks. It be songs that I don't even like for real, but his performance and his singing is always smooth. Like After Dark by Drake on his Scorpion album, I don't like that song, but Ty did a smooth job as usual. For Backseat though, body, 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 body. In the background, the chorus, I don't like that. Woo! Finally, we're done with all that mid. Now, for the not for me tier, look at this definition right here. This definition I have for describing a song as not for me, I also use this definition of describing an artist that's not for me. There are rappers out there that, although I don't like them myself, I've heard enough good songs by that person to where I would say, you know what? I see why people rock with this dude. Like, he do be going crazy on a lot of tracks. So, yeah, I see the hype. Easy example, being Polo G. He's a not for me rapper. For Roddy Ricch, that is not the case. Roddy is just a weaker version of Polo for me. People who are diehard Roddy Ricch fans and love damn near every project he has, I'm looking at y'all like, why do y'all like this nigga so much? So for all of you people that's about to hit me with the, well, maybe Roddy's just not for you. That's such a cop-out of a response. I can easily admit when an artist is not for me, but for Roddy's case, this dude is just not that great of an artist that y'all hype him up to be. That's why the negative feedback for Live Life Fast hit him so hard, because y'all was telling this man that every song he put out was amazing, so when he finally put out something that y'all didn't like, he couldn't handle the hate. But let me just talk about the 4 songs that he has that, although I wouldn't play them, I see why y'all would call them fire.
You and your girl wanna tag team shit, give you everlasting dick.
This is a better version of Backseat to me. Ty started off this verse sounding like R. Kelly. He had his R. Kelly going on throughout his whole verse. Actually, let me stop saying that name before I get taken in for questioning or something. A sex song like this is cool. Roddy or the feature artist ain't talking about having to smash a girl while standing on a phone book, or they tippy toes like Dirk was, or they wasn't putting a pill in a girl's butt like Dirk was on. This is good. I just can't listen to them explicitly talking about getting their dick sucked. I don't like these niggas like that.
It ain't a thing that I would rewind. Oh, I still got hacky season.
Conveniently, he has a line in this song where he sings, "You can feel my pain in every rhyme." And in this song, you definitely can. This is one of Roddy's better like pain songs where you can feel the emotion more than others. Belly of the Beast is better than every song from Feed the Streets 1 and most of them from Feed the Streets 2. If those projects had songs that were as hard hitting as this, I would have called more songs Not For Me instead of calling everything mid. But although I don't care for the track, he had one of his most powerful singing performances on here.
Late at night, kiss me in the morning or late at night.
I definitely see why he made this as the first single from Live Life Fast, because it has that feel and sound of a hit song, or like some ballroom dancing joint. Late at Night gets strong props for me in that he was able to pull off this softer sound as well. I just don't care for the song because I think lyrically it has some very elementary level lyrics, and that damn near any R&B singer in the universe could have made this song and it would have been the same thing. But the production and singing makes up for it.
Use the music as therapy to exercise how I feel. Tell me, is it fake love?
This is one of the few songs on this album that actually goes into the damn meaning. In the intro to this project titled LLF, which wasn't included in the ranking by the way because it isn't a song, it's like a spoken word type of track where he's just talking for half of it. But in there, he talked about how when he was younger, all he wanted was the fast cars, fast money, and the hoes. But when he blew up in music and he got all of these things, he realized that he still wasn't happy, and all of the things he wanted, you can't take it with you. So let me slow down and focus on simply being happy and not think that life is all about these flashy things that I wanted before. Let me slow down. And then instantly, almost every damn song on this project is him bragging about how he got money, cars, and hoes. So it's like, dude, are you not paying attention to the meaning of your own album? Because the intro does not match the rest of these tracks. For Crash the Party, he was talking about how his girl cheating on him coming from jail and being in the street was a severe low point in his life. This brings back the feel that the intro to the album had, where he actually goes in depth on how he feels emotionally, present day and in the past. So when I heard Crash the Party, I was like, finally, a good song. I don't really care for this song's sound and that lazy ass, and the singing, it wasn't all that. But this is one of his better songs in terms of content and actually paying attention to what he's rapping about.
Alto, alto, alto.